Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Shafiq, and I'll be your instructor for your statics class. I would like to welcome all of you in this video session. In this video session, actually, we'll be talking about our syllabus and a little bit about our course, that how we are going to conduct this course. Okay, let me share my screen with you so that you can understand like what I am talking about. So first of all, let me introduce myself. Okay, I was born and raised in Bangladesh, a very small country near India here, which is actually the other side of the globe. Okay, here is our Texas, and if you go here, this is like almost like 175-degree, other side. Okay, so if it is 10 o'clock at morning, then it's 10 o'clock at night over there. Anyway, so I finished my BS from one of the best schools in the nation and have been working for 3-4 years, and then came to United States as a graduate student after having a scholarship here. Okay, so here is my education. I did my master's from the University of Texas at El Paso, which is, the weather is kind of similar back there. That's why that, like attracted me in Texas. And then I did my PhD in Wisconsin, and my actual interest was geoenvironmental engineering. Okay, but my undergraduate was structural engineering. So I have kind of like well-rounded education in every areas of civil engineering. Okay. Now I started working here as an assistant professor at UTSA from 2003, and then I got promoted to associate professor in 2010, and as a professor from 2015, and I'm teaching statics for a long period of time, almost like 15 years here. And if you see here that I was also employed in several, areas. After finishing my bachelor, I have been working for almost 4 years. And then after finishing my master's, I also working for 2 years. And after finishing my PhD, I have been working as a senior engineer at the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers just for 1 year at Kansas City District. Then I moved to UTSA in 2003. Okay. Here is my teaching interest, engineering mechanics. I'll also like teach you geotechnical and foundation engineering for all civil engineers. Environmental processes, these are basically graduate courses, these two. And I also teach mechanics of solids. Not that often though. Sometimes I teach that one. Okay. My research interest, I actually work on waste geotechnics, which means like how you have to dispose your waste, and then like landfill engineering, that how you can make your landfill and dispose that waste very safely, especially for hazardous waste. Then geotechnical use of industrial byproducts and waste, remediation and environmental cleanup, groundwater and contaminant transport modeling, solidification and stabilization technique, and stormwater management. Here is some of my honors and awards. Actually, the most important one was the UT Board of Regents Outstanding Teaching Award in 2010. That's actually, you can see that news that 9 UTSA faculty are among 72 UT system educators honored for teaching. So I was one of them, and that happened because also um, the students like you, who supported, in this endeavor. I also got several other, awards, but this is not important that much now because you will see that how I perform here. And one of the biggest challenges, you can understand is that this course is now online. So that was actually the last thing in my mind, that I'll teach statics online, okay? But the situation forced us, to do that. Now, now I'll talk about like the syllabus for statics. First of all, statics is by nature is a very difficult course, okay? Because this is the first time you were working for applied mathematics. You did some of the math, like in your physics class, I know, and especially like if you take your free physics AP in your high school, then basically you were a little familiar with that. But the biggest challenge would be here that this is the first, course in college, which is 100% involved in applied mathematics. And this course is extremely important because this is the foundation for many other civil engineering courses, as well as some of the mechanical engineering courses in future. If you don't understand that one here, then I'm sure that you will definitely suffer in your mechanics of solids class. So I think that you should learn quite well here. Otherwise, you will have that problem all the way to senior, engineering courses, okay? So this is the prerequisite of the course, like mathematics 1223 and physics 1903. I'm sure all of you already finished that one with a grade C or better. Otherwise, the system will kick you out from there. But I'm kind of confident that like you are already done with that. Okay. Let me say one more thing, that like historically, actually, statics is one of the most difficult courses in engineering. And if you see the last 10 years data from all Texas universities, then actually 46% student flunked in statics course, okay? So that's why, like the whole, entire approach from different universities, is very, very focused on statics right now. So they are trying to improve that DWF ratio so that less and less amount of student will flunk in that course. But you understand that, like, since this is a difficult course, so you have to spend a lot of time, honestly, a lot of time for this course, not like other classes like your US history or, like economics or political science. This course will take a lot of time, like 10 to 15 hours per week. If you don't have that much time, I'll recommend you to drop that course now and prepare yourself maybe for next semester and then take that course. This is not discouraging you to take the course. Eventually, you have to take that course if you have that dream to be an engineer, okay? So better don't put like anything bad in your transcript. You better prepare yourself first, and you have to commit certain hours every week. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to pass that course. Second thing is you understand that this is an online course now. So, like the relationship with your instructor would be kind of minimum here, okay? So you cannot ask questions just after classes, or you can just hang out after the class, which I do all the time. And then you can come to the office hours Usually my office hours is very, very busy, but now in online classes, actually, we will have our office hours, which I'll be talking later on, but that would be like through Zoom, okay? So the bottom line is, since this is a difficult course and in summer we don't have enough time, so this course would be very condensed, and you really have to work hard and work at least 10 to 15 hours a week to get a good grade, okay? Now let's move forward. So this is the book written by Hivler. And this is the ISBN number. It's always better to follow this thing when you try to buy your book, because there could be another edition, low-cost edition sometime, and sometimes international edition. And actually their homework number would be, and homework problem would be also different, okay? So very careful when you buy that book. One more thing is that when you buy that book, then basically you also have to buy the my lab and mastering, package together, so that you can do your homework from there, because we are going to ask all of your homework assignments that you have to use that my lab and mastering, platform. So major prerequisites by topic: that fundamentals, units and dimensions, algebra and trigonometry, differentiation, integration, vectors, which is like addition, subtraction, dot and cross product. I know many of you didn't Cal 3, so you may not know the vectors. So I'll just try to talk a little bit, from the preliminary part of vectors, and I'm sure that you will understand that one, okay? And then you have to know the force and Newton's law of motion, okay, which is very, very important for this course, honestly. So if you have your notes from the physics course, then basically you just take that one and try to review a little bit from there first, okay? But our first week would be actually dedicated for reviewing, like what you have learned in your physics class, okay? So the topic will be covered in this class is measurements, units, accuracy and precision. That's actually chapter 1 in your book. Vector operations, equilibrium of a particle, force system resultants, equilibrium of a rigid body, analysis of truss, frames and machines, internal forces, friction, center of gravity, and moment of inertia. So basically you have 10 chapters in your syllabus. The first chapter is kind of like the review, what you already learned from your physics course. So we have actually 9 chapters here, okay? Now, office hours and contact. If you have any question about general thing, like when is your exam and how you are gonna send your exam, or that kind of question, or if you have any problem that you cannot come to office, you are sick, then basically use this email address to contact me. If you have emergencies, you can also use this phone number here. This is actually my cell phone number, because we don't go to office that often now. So if you have extremely emergency, you can send text or call me in this number, okay? And we will have our office hours through Zoom, okay? At least twice in a week, okay? So this one is basically for any academic question, okay? So anything you have, any question that you have for the course, which require figures or which requires explanation, it's very difficult to do that one in email. So I'll just request you don't send me email that Dr. Shafiq, I cannot do problem number 6.7, okay, because there is no way I can explain that one to you in email, okay? So in that situation, you are highly encouraged to contact me through Zoom so that I can see the problem and I can show that one. I have a little board here and I can draw figures there and solve the problem there, okay? So we'll have our Tuesday and Thursday office hours from 3 to 4, both days, okay? If I need, or if you guys need, I can shift that time or the day, which is most convenient for all of you. So I'll just send an email later on that course to take like opinion from you. So if you have any problem to, like join during this time, then basically we'll try to move that one, okay? Now this is your Zoom meeting information. If you just click that one, then basically this one will connect me directly, okay? Sometimes there might be a little problems. If you that time you need your meeting ID or passcode, then use this meeting ID and passcode. But most of the time you don't need that one, okay? Now, instructions. So we'll have lectures, which is online lectures. I'll just post the video lectures and you can just take a look anytime. Usually I'll post everything at the beginning of the week, means like every Sunday night, I'll just post everything. So in the morning of Monday, actually you will have a weekly schedule. Like for that particular week, what you have to do, okay? Which homework you have to do, which lecture you have to watch, and what else you have to do, okay? So at the beginning of every Monday morning, you can just see that what are actually due on that particular week, okay? And that's the way we are gonna conduct our instruction. And then you have additional help, which is tutoring. So this is the first time. I'm very, very excited that this is the first time we are just, UTSA has, like subscribed Tutor Me. So it's kind of free, all of you. If you go through the Blackboard, I'll just post that one, like how to go connect like Tutor Me through the Blackboard, okay? But this is the first time that you will have like 24/7 tutoring service, online tutoring service actually. So if it is like 12 o'clock at night, you are doing your problem and you are having some issues there, and if you want to get some help, you can definitely do that. So you are allowed to have 5 hours every week of tutoring time from Tutor Me. They have 10,000 tutors from different areas. And basically, if you see that some of the tutors are working okay or working good for you, then basically you can book him or for her for your next session, okay? This one would be a very interesting experience. And if we see that this one is actually working, then basically in future, we'll try to continue that one as a very good additional help. You also have College of Engineering Tutoring Center. They actually contacted with me and they're trying to hire like tutors who already who already took that course maybe like in a couple of semesters. So these are the tutors who are actually your like friends. So it's kind of easy to talk with them. So I'll also encourage you to take a look like the option for College of Engineering Tutor Center. Usually we have like also tutor in Thomas Rivera Tutoring Center, So you can also try to see there, okay? Usually we provide TA from the students, who took that course like in a couple of years and did extremely well. We usually pick one of them and try to recommend them for College of Engineering as well as like Thomas Rivera Center to take them as a tutor. Maybe in future you will be a tutor too, okay? So if you have anything, just try to contact with them. Now, if you still have problem, then basically I'll be there all the time, okay? So send me an email if you need additional session for your Zoom session or additional time to tutor you. Basically, I'll try to help. But at the beginning, actually, we'll try to concentrate during the office hours, okay? If I see that the office hours is not long enough, then basically I'll extend that one, maybe like from 1 hour to 2 hours every day, okay? So students are extremely encouraged to join the tutoring service. If you still have problem, you must join me during the office hours, okay? So if you have multiple questions, you are fine. Just keep that one in a list so that when we start talking, then we can just talk one by one, okay? And evaluation method, there would be like 3 midterms. So as I said that there are 9 chapters, I'll just take exam like every 3 chapters, okay? And then you have a final exam, which will be comprehensive. But if I see that basically you are doing quite good, like in any of the chapters, then basically I will exclude that one from your final, okay? So I'm expecting that actually your final would be like not all 9 chapters, maybe like 5 chapters or 6 chapters, something like that, okay? And your homework has like 15%, and you have to do, as I said earlier, that you can do that one using your Pearson's My Lab and Mastering, like platform. And you were basically always encouraged to discuss with your friends, having like study group, and you can definitely discuss the concepts and like sometimes like other stuff too. But when you do your homework assignments, please do it by yourself, okay? For your exam, you will have that exam online, and partial credit may be awarded where the solution is organized in a logical fashion, even with the wrong answer. I promise you that you will get 90% number, like if your method is correct, but your answer is wrong, okay? And then no credit will be given even for correct answer, like unsupported by, like calculations. So you are asking, hey, what is the answer of this question from your friend? Put that one there, but your calculation doesn't support there. So even though you have a correct answer, you are going to get 0 for that, okay? So I'll just request you that try to do your homework assignments in a logical fashion, write it everything there that the TA or I can understand actually not only like what you did or what you do, but also like what you wanted to do, okay? Because your partial credit will be dependent, like what your logic was, okay? So I'll encourage again you to write everything in a, like step-by-step procedure, okay? We'll have like almost like 10 homeworks from 10 chapters, okay? And no late homework will be accepted in any circumstances, okay? So I'll actually drop 2 of the homework, like numbers, so you can miss 2 homework without any consequence, okay? I understand that this is just, like human life, and we all of course have some problem time to time. So that's the reason, like, what I'm going to drop the lowest to. Okay. The other thing is, like, if you have any other circumstances like act of God or sick, and like other thing, like very immediate family member sick or passed away in that situation, please let me know a little bit earlier so that I can take action which would be most convenient for you. Okay. Then a policy on scholastic dishonesty. Students are allowed to assist each other. You can discuss, you can consult. Okay. But when you are going to do your homework assignment, do it by yourself. It's a very good practice to do it by yourself. I know that many of you might have the solution manuals. I don't take that one as any offensive. Okay. Use that one as a source. Okay. If you have any problem, go to your solution manual, take a look like how they did or what was the strategy of the problem, then come back, close that solution manual and try to do that one by yourself, and make sure that you can do it by yourself when there is no help there. Okay, that's the way you can use your solution manual. Okay, now when you get together, please try to follow the recommendation from CDC, because still we are not done with the pandemic. Okay, so follow the CDC requirements when you get together, like if you get together for any group discussion or group work. Okay, and when you try to solve again, like your homework assignments or your exam problem, especially like your exam problems, you have to do it by yourself. If I see that there's someone copied from other friends or something, then you'll be subjected to disciplinary action. Okay, so very careful about that, because again, I'm saying that this is a fundamental course. This is a foundation course of engineering. If you make any mistake here, or if you don't learn anything from here, you will have severe problem in the courses what you are going to take next. And it's not uncommon that like the teacher from like your structural analysis or steel or your concrete will contact with me, and they will ask me like, hey, the student didn't learn that much from statics. Okay, so I don't want to hear that one. I just want to prepare yourself so that you feel more comfortable when you take courses next time. Okay, so please help me and help yourself about that. Yeah, now if you have any question, as I said that we have office hours, read, I'll just post this one, as well as I'll post the printing version of this file. So take a look. If you have any question, I'll just encourage you to come to the office hour and ask whatever you want to ask. Okay. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your attention.